Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the video. It is Deja and I am back with another video, honey. Another GREEKMAS video. What's good? What's popping? For those of you who are new here, hi guys, I'm Deja. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today, you guys, we are going to be doing another story time, but this story time is going to be actually about a bet that was placed on me. So, ladies and gentlemen, grab your wine, grab your water, grab your coffee, grab your tea. Today I am sipping on Stella Rose Black. My auntie put me on, but also another subscriber. Actually, before my auntie bought it for me to try it, a subscriber recommended it. It was in one of my videos. So shout out to whoever the subscriber was to recommend me this. My auntie actually got it and I tried it for the first time on my grandmother's memorial and fell in love with it, and now I cannot stop drinking it. But don't worry, you guys, I'm not going into a depression. I'm not alcoholic. I'm not doing none of that. Okay, this is just, I'm waiting on my food to get here because I ordered TGIF Fridays. And yeah, so this, y'all, fire, so good. So grab your wine, grab your water, your tea, coffee, whatever you're drinking, whatever time of the day that you're watching this. I hope you're having a good day. And yeah, so we're gonna get started today. I asked you guys on my Instagram if you guys wanted to see the story time. It's not really like, it's not like really crazy or like a big deal or whatever. I mean, to some of you guys it's probably gonna be a big deal, but yeah, I just wanted to share something that happened to me. I have so many story times, you guys. Like, if I wanted to, I could have made this whole GREEKMAS this year about story times, because literally people don't tell you, like, when you get these letters, people will try you, people will come at you sideways, people will think they can get on that with you because you have these letters. Like, people just don't tell you these things. So I thought I'd share this story time with you guys because it just goes to show you, especially my ladies, that you can't trust any and everybody, and everybody does not always have the best intentions. So with that being said, I hope you guys are subscribed to my channel. Make sure you grab your drinks, okay, because it's gonna be a doozy. Don't mind my Birkin nail. Y'all probably didn't even notice it, but I just pointed it out, so now you're gonna be looking. Anyways, but yes, we're gonna talk to you guys today, and I want you guys to comment down below and chime in the comments. I will not be sharing the specific chapter or the organization of this fraternity, just because I don't want to highlight the whole general fraternity based off what these young men decided to do. Disclaimer, I'm not speaking for my organization or any other organization. And what else? A disclaimer. Disclaimer, they did not succeed in the bet. So that's that, okay? Okay, guys, so last year in December when I was doing GREEKMAS, most of you probably thought that was my first time. I actually did GREEKMAS the year prior. I just wasn't as consistent as I was last year. So with that being said, my GREEKMAS content, my subscribers, all of that stuff it actually went up and it started to pop. So as I was starting to get all these like subscribers and new followers and emails and DMs daily, with that being said, I got 5 new followers. These specific 5 new followers were all guys from the same exact fraternity. Now, you guys know how when somebody follow you, you look at their bio and they, like, if they're Greek and, you know, they choose to, a lot of people who are Greek put like their chapter name when they cross, their line name, their line number, whatever the case may be, all that stuff in there, right? All of these young men had the exact same chapter in their bio, but I didn't pay attention to it because I ended up only following one, and the only reason why I followed him is because his page was open to the public and I didn't want to wait for a friend request because I didn't really know who the other guys was. So yeah, you guys, so I ended up following a guy back. One of the guys that I followed, he was the only guy out of the 5 that I followed back, and we're just gonna call him Hot T, okay? So Hot T basically followed me and he had swiped up on one of my GREEKMAS posts that I had posted that day, because you guys know last year I was posting my intro and it was like, woo, those AKAs, that and I think I don't know what video I had posted that day, but he had swiped up on it, and he was just like, hey, you know, I seen your YouTube, you really, like, you're doing your thing, blah blah blah, all this other stuff. So I was like, oh, thank you so much, like, I appreciate it. He was like, let me introduce myself. He introduced himself. He said, you know, his name, his chapter, blah blah blah, stuff like that. Getting acquainted. I was like, oh, dope, like, he's cool people. I was like, nice to meet you. And they're all in the Chicago area, Chicago, Indiana area. So I was like, oh, dope, like, nice to meet you or whatever, right? So so basically after that, it was just silence, right? I was just like, I said thank you or whatever. I wasn't trying to go into like super detail with him because I didn't really know him like that. Okay, we live in around the same area, cool, whatever. Long story short, his 4 other line brothers that I began to find out once I found out everything. We're gonna call them purple, blue, and black. Purple, blue, black, and white, okay? So they have no significance because they didn't even like I didn't entertain the conversation with them once I knew that what they were on. So all pink, purple, blue, and white, all of them decided to message me and be like, you know, like, what's good, like, how you doing, real general statements saying like, you cool, like, what's up, ma, like, you bad as hell, like, let's link, like, I see you doing what you doing, you know what I'm saying, like, I'm this, you know, I'm in this organization, you cool, we love the K's, so I'm like, okay, cool, like, obviously they was trying to get on that with me, right? And get on that with me basically means they were trying to, you know, pursue talking to, and probably ended up you know, having sexual relations. So after I knew what they were on, I was just like, oh, thank you so much, I'm flattered, but I do have a boyfriend, because obviously, you know, I had a boyfriend or whatever, so I'm just like, like, I'm good, shorty. So that was that, right? Left them alone. They continued to swipe up on stories when I would post certain stuff with the heart eyes and stuff like that, and I would just like it and keep it pushing, just because, like, I'm not finna entertain a conversation with you. So me and Hot Tea, is that what I called him? Hot Tea and me decided to become friends, and you know, like, it was just dope. Like, it was just real cool. Like, we were cool. He did try to like talk to me. What is it? We had went out. It was like a group outing because we knew similar people. So we knew similar people in the same circle. We went out to like some little restaurant slash like rooftop type of whatever situation. And it was like a little party or whatever, and it was cool. Like, it was cool, really dope or whatever. Like, obviously we weren't in our letters because, you know, it was like a bar-ish type stuff, and we were just hanging out, like, we were just talking. That night he did try to like, oh, you know, like Asia, like, you know what I'm saying, like, what you doing? So I'm thinking like, oh, it's the alcohol, he feeling himself. I'm like, nah, like, you know, I got a man, don't do that, like, you know, whatever. Like, and he wasn't like grabbing on me or nothing like that. He was just talking, but the way that he was talking, it was leading like he was trying to, you know, do some other stuff or whatever. So I'm just like, nah, like, you know, I got a man, we ain't even finna do that. He was like, man, I can't even drive home. I'm like, well, luckily for you, I didn't drink that much. I literally had one shot and it was out of my system after I ate some wings. So I was not driving drunk. But I was like, luckily for you, you know, like, I'm good. I can take you home or whatever the case may be. She was like, okay, like, could you take my keys? I'm like, cool. So he gave me his keys. We were walking down the stairs because obviously we were at the rooftop, right? So we were walking down the stairs. He almost fucking fell, right? And so I had picked him up. Well, I tried, y'all. I tried to like hold this man up, and literally, like, he was, you know, not all over the place, but you know, his liquor had really got to him or whatever. And I tried to hold him up, and he thought I was trying to give him a hug. So he was hugging me the whole entire time, right? So period. His one of his line brothers was actually there, one of the guys that was, you know, whatever, and that was White. Okay, so White was there and he saw us on the stairs basically holding each other. So he like, oh bro, word, okay, I see you, bro, I see you, what's up, Dage, stuff like that. So I'm like, hey, whatever. So I'm like, come on, like, let's get up, hot tea, so we can go. And so long story short, we take him home. I take him home. I ended up giving his keys to White because I didn't want to be responsible for having to drive all the way back out there to his house to give him his keys. So I gave him to his line brother, got his keys, blah blah blah, right? So going into the new year, because y'all know I did GREEKMAS 2019, right? Going into the new year, probably like around right before, no, it was after Corona, so it was after my birthday too. So like around, I want to say June, because when I had just started working Jimmy Jazz in my actual store, right? So it was around that time when, you know, people was receiving unemployment and then people were able to go back to work. So I ended up going back to work. But during that whole time from January to June, me and him were just like, we were just kicking it as in like talking, like just chilling, you know what I'm saying? Like me and him, like I was sending him music, like he was just a dope person. Like me and him would really just be talking about every single thing. And I don't know, I'm that type of person where like I can be friends with guys and it'd be nothing there, you know, well, on my end it'd be nothing there, but I end up always having to not be friends with them no more because I don't know what is wrong with guys. Some of the guys that I be friends with, they just don't know that I am a friendly person, and I guess they just, I don't know, bro. But so yeah, so like me and him were just cool. Like I would send him music, I was just like, bro, you need to check out this album. Like we would crack jokes. It was dope. Literally, if I was still his friend today, me and him will be probably on the phone right now while I'm filming, because that's how close we were. And my boyfriend knew about him, so everything was good. Like it wasn't no hiding, no, you know, friendship or whatever the case may be. My boyfriend, you know, not an insecure person, so he didn't feel a certain type of way. So he knew about the guy already, right? So at the time it was around the time where I guess something had locally happened in Chicago where this girl had ended up trying to finesse her boyfriend, ended up getting her boyfriend killed by his op. Which, if you don't know what an op means, it's just an opposition. It's somebody that you don't like, okay? So basically she was messing around with the guy that her boyfriend didn't like, and she set him up. He ended up dying, and they both end up going to jail. So I had read the article about it, and I sent it to Hot Tea or whatever, and Hot Tea was just like, damn, like this is crazy, that's wild. So I ended up sending him a voice message, and I was just like, yeah, you know, like it's just crazy how people like don't have good intentions, like they have ulterior motives, like you can't trust nobody. And I was just like, you know, I know this is gonna sound real corny and weird or whatever, but you know, you just have those moments where you just want to thank the people that's in your life for being like a good person to you. And I was just like, yeah, you know, like I just want to thank you, bro, because like you cool as fuck, honestly. Like you cool as fuck. Like I can literally talk to you about everything. Like you give me such great advice. Like literally you're my best friend. I just want to say that I love you. Like you dope as fuck. And I don't know if that sparked his emotions to tell me that he was basically lying to me this whole entire time. And he was just like, you know, can I call you for a second? Can I talk to you? And I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever. And he was like, okay, I'm gonna call you or whatever. So I'm like, okay. So he had called me and he was just like, you know, I want to talk to you about something. Are you by yourself? I was like, yeah, I'm by myself. And I really was. I wasn't around nobody. And he was just like, you know, I just want to apologize first. I want to let you know, like, I'm so sorry. I never meant to do this or whatever. And I'm just like, what are you talking about? Like, what are you talking about? And I don't know, y'all. I don't like that shit. Like, don't don't sit up here and, you know, like apologize and, you know, do all the dramatics. Just tell me straight, you know what I'm saying? Like, and he was taking forever to tell me, so I was getting irritated. And he like, Deja, just calm down. Like, he already knew how my anger could get. So I wasn't ashamed, I wasn't afraid to like let it out or whatever. So he was just like, he's like, Deja, just calm down, like for real, I'm trying to find the courage to tell you and all this other shit. And I'm just like, my boy, like my guy, just, you know, tell me what it is. Like what's going on? I'm thinking something wrong with him. I'm like, are you okay? Like, do you want me to pull up? Like, what's wrong? Like, what are you talking about? And he was just like, you know, like, I need to tell you something. And I'm like, okay, tell me. So I didn't even tell y'all. Okay, so prior to his line brothers reaching out to me trying to get on that with me, I would send him screenshots. Now this whole time, you guys, I did not know that these guys was a part of the same freaking chapter. Because I wasn't following the other guys, but I would always screenshot it and send it to him when I seen something, because I knew that they was a part of the same organization. So I sent it to him and I was just like, bro, get your brothers or whatever, whoever they in your same organization. You know, y'all gotta know somebody, you know what I'm saying? Like, get them. And he would always brush it off and laugh about it and, you know, keep it pushing and be like, nah, you got the juice, you know what I'm saying? You got all the whatever the case may be or whatever, trying to make jokes out of it. But he would never acknowledge the fact that he knew these guys, right? Now going back to when he was on the phone with me, he was like, you know, I just gotta tell you something, blah, blah. So he ended up basically saying like, you know, the guys that you had sent me the screenshots of. And I'm like, yeah, what about them? Like, what about them? And he was just like, well, you know, I know them. And I'm like, okay, and he was like, nah, but I know them, like, they're my line brothers. I'm like, word? Like, really? Like, so why wouldn't you say that when I was screenshotting and sending it to you? You know what I'm saying? Like, you could have instantly texted your group chat and told the guys to leave, like, you know what I'm saying, stop talking to me or whatever. And he was just like, nah, like, I just wanted to ignore it because I didn't want you to get no, you know, suspicion, or I don't know what he said. I didn't want you to get no ideas. I'm like, what you mean ideas? Like, I'm not gonna talk to them. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. He was like, nah, I just want you to think that, like, you know, like, I was on that type of time. Like, I was at first because of the whole bet, but it wasn't, you know, it wasn't like that afterwards. And I was like, what you talking about? What bet? He like, well, you know, like, you know, what the fuck did he say? He said something like, well, you know, we had a bet placed, like, we saw your YouTube, we saw that you was local, so, you know, we wanted to see if who could get on that with you. What in the fucking Lifetime movie, like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? And he like, nah, for real, like, you know, I never meant to hurt you, and once I became your friend, he said some shit like, once I became your friend, then, you know, the bet was off, like, I wasn't worried about it no more, da 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 da. Word? Oh, for real? Okay, bet, say less. And he like, Deja, nah, for real, don't act like that. Because I was really getting heated, because I'm just like, that shit is crazy to me that you would try to befriend me just to see if you could fuck. You know what I'm saying? And I just thank my mother and my grandmother and God himself that I'm not that easy. Like, it takes more to get in these draws, love. Okay? It takes more. So, and I was honestly going off on him. I'm like, I don't want shit to do with you, slime. Like, you know, F you and them. Nah. Like, I'm done. I don't care about none of that. And he like, Deja, for real. I'm like, no, I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. Like, you wild as you foul. Like, foul. So yeah, so after that, we had ended up getting off the phone. He apologized, all this stuff, apologizing. Then he had his line brothers DM me talking about, yeah, bro, like, we so sorry, like, we didn't, you know what I'm saying, we thought you was just one of these girls that, you know, like, blah blah blah. I'm like, well, nah, like, you thought wrong. I didn't even respond. In my head I was like, nah, you thought wrong. I ended up blocking all of them. Like, I'm literally going through each one of them DM me, blue, purple, white, and black, if that was the colors that I named them. All of them DM me after I had blocked Hot Tea from my phone, because I was upset. And this is why I'm such a cautious person to this day, you guys. I don't like I don't know, when people try to befriend me, when people try to like be cool with me and, you know, try to, you know, I don't know, it just don't sit right with me, because I feel like people are always out to get me, you know what I'm saying? And with the platform that I'm, you know, slowly but surely obtaining, I don't want people to see that as only me and then feel like, oh, I can get some clout off to her, or I can do this, or I can do that, because it really just hurts my feelings, you know what I'm saying? And it really just makes me feel like ain't nobody real, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm so cautious, even with females. Like, females be like, oh, hey, like, girl, I want to be your friend, can we be friends? Like, you want to be my friend? Like, like, for real, y'all, I just don't, I don't know, I don't like stuff like that. And it made me mad, and it hurt my feelings, I'm not gonna lie, because you just wanna, you wanna see the good in everybody, and you wanna see that everybody is, you know, have good intentions, but people really don't have good intentions. And it sucks, but yeah, so that was the bet that was placed on me. They did not succeed, okay? The draw stayed on, because I have literally, y'all, when I say, no, absolutely not, absolutely not. I'm sorry, who, what? But yeah, so this is why I want to, my message to you young ladies and you young guys out there, people really only want, some people only really want to talk to you because of your letters or because of what they can get from you. Nobody, not everybody is real these days, and you guys can't be so quick to jump the gun and be like, oh my goodness, it's attention. Because if I was one of those weak-minded females that got so happy when a guy even looked my way, I'd be over with, okay? I would have been in every group chat in Chicago. I mean, I'm already sort of kind of in every group chat in Chicago, but not for a bad thing, okay? So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. And yeah, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.